Check, check. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What the fuck is going on out here? Hello? How's it going? How's it going? Got a couple things on the docket, but it's been a minute getting back into the flow of things. Alright, so fuck it. Alright. So gonna cover this here Drake Tpain, what? Some Switch 2 shit. What the fuck else? Just simple shit like that. There's always something going on, but trying to get back into this live, and it's fun just to be chilling on here, talking to y'all, talking to like clippers and stuff, but you know, sometimes life gets in the way of things, and we're here. Apparently we got like a whole Love Island type of thing going on now. That's like in the culture. Fuck it, let's lead with that. What is going on? Let's learn together here now, right? So apparently there's this fool named Hutta or something. He's a part of this show, right? Okay. They're talking about this fool. I don't even know what he looks like actually, but I know a lot of fools know who he is. Honestly, not my forte here. What I do know about Love Island is it is a show, a reality show. There's also contestants from different areas around the world that are within like our peer group, you know, that age. But they're very show ready, to be exact, you know. You know, those photogenic folks. But yeah, that whole show is gone bananas, so that's cool. Not really seeing like much connection here to what they're even talking about. I guess it's a lot of like, if you're in it, then you know. The hell, we got the whole Air Force here, homie. Holy shit. Damn, son. I think that's even more interesting than anything that's fucking happened on here today online. Y'all had the fucking audio for that. That was crazy. What the fuck? It sounded like some dude was getting the fuck away from the cops. Damn, some GTA IRL shit, man. Makes me want to play some GTA, but not IRL though. Okay, so looking at what's trending here, Love Island USA, Grayson. Oh shit, let's get in. It's getting wicked out there. We got more Love Island and then some real shit like President Trump and all that. Keeping it on to entertainment shit, you know. I mean, there's always some fucking catastrophe happening, but I'm guessing this is kind of like the more pop side of X. Looks like somebody passed away. There's also a passing of a big beautiful bill. It's enough politics for today. Okay, so looking at this Drake Tpain shit, it's gonna be a somewhat of a breeze today on this shit. I'm just like getting back into the groove of things. Well, Drake and Tpain, you don't know, Drake has an immaculate career. He's been around for a long ass time now. Honestly, he's like one of those people where it's like when you go to the grocery store, you're not like wondering if there's gonna be groceries, right? He's just always there at the music store. He's always on DSPs. He's just like a part of the pantry now, right? And whether people like that or not, people sometimes don't like ketchup for some reason, but hey. So Drake Tpain, basically Tpain, I think one thing about Tpain, if you have been following Tpain in the past couple years, most people know who Tpain is. Tpain is a legend. Tpain is a musician. Tpain is nostalgic. Tpain is auto-tune. Tpain is the Y2K for me. It's like early 2000s. Tpain is music. He's kind of who you hear growing up. If you're from this generation, you kind of hear that auto-tune, auto-croon music. And honestly, a lot of that stuff was when I was growing up, and sometimes some of the best memories comes from your childhood, right? So I think Tpain really sits in that memory lane. And as much as I appreciate Drake, as much as I listen to his music, as much as I am a fan and have been to his shows and know every one of his records that are commercially released, Tpain still has that legendary status that's like, Drake has came in the modern era and kind of like done his own thing. He is a legend, Drake himself, but Tpain is like old Hollywood, like old money, you know? Even though a lot of people know about Tpain and where he's at today, he's not the top of the top. He's not like a Jay-Z, a mogul, but he for sure is a famous person, and he has a great resume. So Drake is obviously going to be somebody who comes across the table of a Tpain conversation, and these fools were talking it out, and somebody asked him about Drake. Somebody asked Tpain about Drake, and Tpain has been known to kind of talk about the industry, talk about his own career, talk about other artists, because he's kind of sitting in that OG spot. So from an OG, he's kind of a Drake OG, to be honest. He's kind of Drake's OG. You would think that he has at least some ability to kind of just talk about the art, about the music from a different perspective, from a different seat at the table. somebody who's a pioneer, somebody who's done it before. But no, that's not what Drake sees at all, I don't think. I think what he sees is probably just another rapper, another artist, somebody who's beneath him. And that was his kind of reply to T-Pain, that he has always resented him. You can kind of see it in this thumbnail. So let's see what these fools say about it, right? So Drake says that T-Pain has always resented him. And Joe reacts right here. Y'all caught my react? Here's Joe's reaction. So, old heads beefing with old heads.
Let's get right to T-Pain versus Drake.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As soon as I find my little where's the
You got the ass, nigga.
yo? What?
I don't know. He thought he was crazy shit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Nuts,
Okay, got my little wire
They
here.
got a charger in his ass.
T-Pain. Oh, oops. All right. T-Pain versus Drake. Here we
Learn
go.
from Drake. Here's the crazy thing. One thing I learned from Drake, but one thing he hasn't followed his own words. Drake said, "I want to be one of them people kicked out." I have ever since said, "Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all when I drop. Don't worry about it. I'll just drop something. Let me know if you heard it." Yeah. Drake is like, "No, listen. Okay, I got another one. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Y'all didn't like that one? Okay, real quick, just one more. Let me try one more." And then he's the person that he said, he didn't want to be. And I learned that from him. Like when he said that, I want to gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. I was like, you know what?
This is live shows now.
I'm out this motherfucker. I'm not trying to impress y'all niggas. Y'all niggas don't give a fuck about live or die.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I keep trying to impress y'all niggas? I'm out. I'm done. I did everything that I was trying to do. I changed the game. I made a sound. What else? What else?
You literally can't. It's only even if you make a hit today,
It won't even. It's just normal.
Yes.
It's just normal. It's like, yeah, that's okay.
Well, shit.
Cool song.
That's what T-Pain had to say.
And Drake responded with a tweet, right?
Instagram comment, I believe. Instagram comment.
With a tweet.
He was on Facebook.
I thought it was a tweet.
Read it. Let's hear it. Drake said what?
Drake said, "This guy always had resentment for me. You can hear it every time he speaks on my name."
I don't know if I hear resentment there.
Well, but it could be if he's saying like every time this dude say my name is something negative, he could just have a thing against me and he's never gonna speak positive of me. Basically, take whatever he say with a grain of salt because it's coming from a place of resentment.
Before we get to the resentment part, what did you guys think of T-Pain's assertion?
I disagree. I think that he got kicked out. If he would have just left after getting your ass whipped by Kendrick, then you get kicked out. You didn't leave under your own terms. You didn't leave under your own, you know what I'm saying? I think that he's scratching and clawing to get back into an industry that he want to put some more music out and redeem himself. So I think the way he going about it is what he got to do. And especially if you're not getting no push from the label, because a couple of them songs that he put out wasn't that bad. We came in here and played like 2 of them that weren't that bad. That if he would have been getting his normal Drake buzz and his normal Drake push, they might have went. You know what I'm saying? I think now he's scratching and clawing to get back into a mainstream.
I mean, he's mainstream right now. Nokia is a hit.
I said favorite. Oh, that's
Nokia is a hit.
It is.
You're not gonna be outside and not hear Nokia.
I don't really
Not
like
possible.
It's a hit just by. It's a hit, but like I now listen to the radio. I never used to, but now I just want to hear what's going, because we know how radio works. So now I'm paying more attention to that. Nokia is a hit.
Yeah,
It's undeniable. That
I don't like the song, but
I get it. But I still don't think he's being looked at like Drake.
As funny as it sounds, Nokia, it really did stick at first as a Drake connoisseur fan type, but dog, when I listen to it now, I don't know, there's something that is there's something that's like missing. It sounds right. It feels right. It's Drake, but something about Nokia kind of like almost annoys me. And that's the part that's missing is like usually a Drake song doesn't annoy me. It's like even if it's catchy, it's like it's catchy. It's not annoying, but Nokia could get like just like the little nuances he says like when he does like out calls like how many girls in the house, how many girls, it's like that stuff starts to sound like a bubblegum pop record. Like I don't know, it's it's so subtle, but it could just like pass your radar. But since I'm like super into classic Drake and even Drake today, it's like when you hear Nokia, it's like a straight up pop record, and that really hurts it. I think what Drake would do in the Hotline Bling era was make a record that's pop but wasn't pop. It's like One Dance, like it was a pop record, but like it wasn't really something you heard in a minute. It's that dance hall shit. So just something to think about. Nokia has a different sound too. It's just like the hooks and stuff. It reminds me of like Nice for What. Like there was an initiative there. Like somebody had enough of that to make an anthem. It wasn't just a like Drake anthem. It was like a pop anthem.
I think he needs a couple more, well, you know what I'm saying, slaps to get his oomph back.
Personally, even prior to the Kendrick, I came in here, I didn't like his previous projects. I thought he was kind of in a slump anyway. But as far as the leave without being kicked out shit, he don't ever have to leave. I don't even like that argument.
We came in here and talked about the fact that it seemed like he needed to take a break. He needed to take a self-imposed kind of hiatus, which he wasn't doing. And then we discussed, what responsibilities he might still have with the label, which is why he's not taking a break. But before the beef even started, we were kind of like in consensus up here that he should take, and I think that's I think that that's what he's talking about here. Not a permanent leave, just like there was a point in which you...
Respectfully to Tpain, you've never made it to the level where Drake is. A lot comes with that. And sometimes those who hit that level want to stay there. And anybody else know, once you take a break, somebody else take your spot. So that's why I looked at Drake's discography.
Now, I know these fools are older, but we did have intersection of timelines. Like I remember Tpain being like on the radio, and he's what you would consider a fucking celebrity at that time. So, and that was like 2000 celebrity. That wasn't like influencer stuff, which is still big. It's fucking huge, but like 2000s, if you were famous, you're like the fame, like you're like that. Like that's the way they would describe it. I don't know. I was a kid, but as a kid, that's what I knew, that it was Tpain and his top hat. Like that was like some Hollywood shit. But it was rap.
From 07, 08, he ain't went maybe 9 months, 10 months without dropping something. I'm talking about a project, whether it be a mixtape, the More Life was considered a playlist album. He don't go too long without a drop. Every year, it may not all be albums, but he's been very, very, very continuous, dropping music, and that's what consistent. Excuse me, that's what helped him get that run and stay there. So to him, it's like, yo, I want to be number one on all the charts. I want to break all the records. I don't care about what if y'all think the music ain't the best music quality in the world. I want to stay at number one and outrun everybody. And to do that, I have to be current. Because they don't give a fuck about what you did last month.
Yeah, graceful exit. Graceful exit never said I was exiting with all of the people I came with and all the people I acquired along the way. I get it that there are, let's call it 25% of people that view Drake differently out after that battle. Even if you want to up that percentage to 35, let's call it 65, 35. 35 people that may view Drake differently. If Drake loses 40% of who Drake was, then nigga, that's still Drake, and you still got to deal with him. Mm-hmm. He's still gonna sell records.
I don't think the number's that high, by the way.
I don't think so either. I think they fickle.
Yeah, in terms of actual, like, I'm going to listen to or purchase or go to a show or whatever, I don't think that probably impacts.
I don't think he budgets for him really.
The battle, yeah.
These fools have a point. I haven't really looked at it in that way, like the how much value did Drake lose in a percentage wise? That's a good thought experiment. They already said the experiment, right? He hasn't lost much, really. But it has been a year, over a year, and yeah, it seems like it's kind of healing itself. Drake isn't really doing much to heal it. What could he do about it? He could probably just be Drake. Stop. I don't know. There's something that for sure is changed about the dude. Just coming from a fan's perspective, a one fan, you know. But it really seems like for a while, kind of hard to be a Drake's fan, right? It's like a lot of the whole beef and stuff, but that's what happens with rap. Pick your side, and that's what's gonna happen. It's crazy how much of a star he was in like the late 2010s. So it's like, to see it just fucking go the other way, it kind of makes sense, just fucking cosmically, right? That after all that time of Drake being so fucking influential during like the 2010s and shit like that, it's like, it makes sense in the 2020s this fucker's getting like slam dunk, like somersaulted in public like battles and shit. But we'll see if he recovers, right?
Oh,
like,
he's 100% seen differently by people.
True,
Yeah, the perception might be different.
He's perceived
Perception is different on him.
That's because
but he's still him.
He hasn't dropped that Drake hit.
When he drops the Drake hit, perception damage was done. I don't want to get back into last year.
Yeah.
Damage was done.
I agree.
With that said,
Significant damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that said, he's still Drake. He's still gonna sell records. He's still gonna be number one. Niggas are still gonna listen. He's still gonna tour. He's still gonna create his own path, because like I said, nobody did this. Nobody's been at this level. On the flip side of that, niggas that hate you are gonna hate you. Right. And there's nothing you can do about that. So if that's Tpain, if that's me, if that's whoever it is, and that impacts their commentary, then I don't want to hear Drake respond every time he thinks somebody is saying something out of shade. If you want to do it, cool. But nah, he should be on a mission right now. And this is coming from, I think the 21 album is fire. I think that the Party album is fire. Like, I call.
So that's kind of like their discussion on it. Broke it down. I honestly am surprised they're saying that Tpain is kind of not on the level of Drake. From my perspective, I always thought that Tpain is kind of like a legend at this point. Like, does it matter that Drake is a fucking superstar? But yeah, I guess it does. These are like the hip hop heads, so I don't know. Is the way Tpain was in the 2000s, bro, it's like Drake's music is like something else. It's like another it's like another fucking timeline. And it's a trip that they just can't fucking appreciate each other. You would think there'd be like a Drake and Tpain record, but now you know why there's no Drake and Tpain records, right? That's crazy. Moving on though, just to cover some last little bit of news. I do care about some video games and shit. Marquez dropped a Switch 2 review, just to end on a high note. You know, getting back into talking about just little shit like this that happens, you know. So his Switch 2 review,
gonna buy a console is almost never about the actual hardware. It's about the games. So new console season has always been interesting because
so as a tech reviewer, this guy, he is known worldwide, obviously, and he doesn't come off as like a gamer, but he does do game reviews. He did bring up a great point about the game situation on the Switch. That is what's important, not really the console, even though it is a new piece of gadget. He talked about the downsides, some of the positives, some accessories, and should you get it. I think that's an important piece
the office
right
have
here.
also been using their new kill switch case since the impressions video a couple weeks ago. Best part is probably these ergonomic.
I clicked it right into his ad. It's all good. So let's put this on the downsides part, and we'll end it off there. Thank y'all.
Hall effect sensors in the Switch 2. But these new sticks are not in fact Hall effect. So will these also start to have drift issues over time? Unknown. Only time will tell. So like I said at the beginning, if you're in a purchase decision here, watching this video, it really comes down to the games. Like, which games do you want to play? If you're a Call of Duty person, you were never going to buy a Switch 2. But if you love Mario games or Zelda or Pokemon, well, then here we are. It's still early in the cycle, so people getting Switches now, you'll notice there's not really that many new games made specific.
He's right. Like, Call of Duty players, they're not playing on Nintendo, I don't think. I mean, I play the new Black Ops just on a different system, right? It's kind of the way of things. It would be cool if we could get a COD on Switch, but I don't think that's happening unless it's like the mobile version. But all the new equipment and all the new tech inside should be able to run it.
Specifically for the Switch 2 yet. But, I mean, Mario Kart World is by far and away the most popular one, so you might as well get the bundle, which is $500, and then you save your $30 there. But from there, it's choose your own adventure. This, plus a wall plug, will be your vessel for whatever games you play for the next 4 years. Now, you might have also noticed I've been using a lot during this video, actually, these color matching Joy-Con.
And from my perspective, being an owner of the Switch for about almost a month, yeah, I co-sign on his his review for sure. It's about the games. The device is freaking sweet, but where are the games? You gotta play it. And if you don't like what they have on their library, then it's probably not for you. There's still lots of time left though, so I'll be excited to see what else this guy comes up with and what the rest of the public comes up with in terms of the Switch, like how they use it, what they think about it, and yeah, that's what we're covering today. Just simple shit, music, games, social media, all that. Thank you for checking this out. We're out of here, game.